Hey everybody, Miguel Quiles here, and I am at the Art Factory in Paterson, New Jersey. Such an awesome place. Very industrial and broken down, and hopefully I'll get the opportunity one day to come back and do a proper photo shoot here. But I thought this would be a really cool place for me to do my very first video, a new series that I'm putting out on my YouTube channel, which is going to be called MAQBook. And so it's kind of a weird name, but MAQBook is my initials, and it's going to be a video diary of sorts. It's going to be kind of like a video blog where it's nothing scripted. It's just me talking about different things in relation to photography and to business, and just different things that just kind of cross my mind that might be of interest to other people. There's a lot of times where things cross my mind and I share them with friends and share them with family, and it really helps them out. And I say, man, it'd be really cool if I can somehow package this and put this out for other people, because maybe it might help them. So for this very first video, I want to cover something that is very near and dear to my heart as a creative and as a photographer, and just as a human being in general. And it's on the topic of dealing with criticism and dealing with naysayers and haters. And so I came across this really interesting quote the other day, and I want to read it to you. So let me pull this up here. So I'm going to try to read this to you and just follow along. It's a little bit of a long quote, and it's by Theodore Roosevelt. And he says, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be in those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." And when I read that quote, I was like, wow, that almost encapsulates all of my thoughts that I've had in dealing with critics and criticism in my photography. And so what I want to encourage you guys to do, guys and girls, to do is I want you to rethink what you do with criticism. Right now, you may be like I used to be, which is that when you get criticism, you just kind of sit back and, oh man, you know, they're not right. My work is way better than what they're saying, and it's not crap, and it's not amateur, and or maybe you take it to heart and you say, yeah, my work does need a lot of work, and man, and you just get discouraged and you let that take you out of your game, and it just kind of deflates your balloon. And so what I want you to do instead of that is to take that criticism and turn it into something positive. You know, take away the emotion, because sometimes when people give you criticism, they say it in a less than helpful way. They might say it with anger or a tone, and it makes it difficult for you to understand their criticism, because you hear and you accept the emotion, and it just jolts you and gets you upset. So rather than letting it do that, separate the emotion from what they're saying, because there may be some value in the critique or the criticism that they're giving you, but you're just putting it off just because of the way that it's been packaged and delivered to you. So separate that negativity from the actual criticism, and instead of that kind of kicking you down and saying, oh man, I can't do this, let that be energy for you. Let that re-inspire and reinvigorate you and prove them wrong. Take that opportunity to just improve and make yourself better. We live in a really amazing time as far as information and education goes. We have so many resources available to us pretty much 24/7. This is something that was never available to people, even 20 years ago. If you wanted to learn stuff, you'd have to go to the library, or you'd have to go to college, or find somebody to study under that would teach you things. And nowadays you have YouTube, and you have Creative Live, and you have all of these different outlets, Adorama TV, all these different outlets for education that will help you, that if you're not doing things the way that you would like to see it done, that you can learn and that you can improve and get better. And so hopefully that's all I'm looking to do today with this very first edition of the MAQBook vlog, is to just encourage you guys and just to give you motivation not to give up on your passion and on your dreams, and just take this criticism that you get from people, whether it be online or it's rarely ever in person, because people rarely will tell you to your face like, you suck, your work sucks. They're usually not that brazen and bold. But take that criticism that you get, and when they give you certain specific criticism like, oh man, it's too many shadows, or it's out of focus, or whatever the case might be, take that with a grain of salt. Again, separate the emotional aspect and just look at what they're telling you and improve and get better. There's no excuse for us not to be able to do that. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Like this video if it gave you a little bit of a motivational boost, and I will check you out for my next video. Thanks, guys.